Right, there we go. I'm gonna have to redo this though, which is fucking annoying. 2 secs, please. So why is this now frozen, man? What's going on with this camera? Yeah, sound working. But what's going on with the camera now? EU and GU, yeah, I'm still in the same place. GU, realistically, I'm looking for it to come up. We've completed most of the sell side move, as you can see. Filling the majority of this fair value. Why is there 2? So yeah, I'm looking for it to sort of come to the upside now. I mean, it depends, right? If we're going to see the dollar continue down, what it wants to do really, because we've now filled the gap on DXY, which is lovely. That's confirmed, right? But it's just whether we want to continue up or if we actually want to continue down, or if we want to start reversing, which this implies that we definitely could, especially with this fill on GU. I feel like it makes sense for the pound. This last bullish move before the bearish move tomorrow, we've not priced in any of that cut of rates yet. Bear in mind, the pause would be quite bullish for the dollar, actually. I think GU sells are what we're most optimal for this week. That's why those GU sells this morning were perfect. But I feel like GU could come up a little bit before having that downward move tomorrow. Because we are essentially pricing in a cut. So, again, we are massively looking for GU to come to the downside. There we go, 2 6 first. Let me just pattern that. But yeah, that's what I'm pretty much looking at for GU, man. That's what I'm pretty much looking at. Let me actually just hide that for the time being. But yeah, the GU sales this morning were perfect. I wasn't massively looking at EU. Because obviously I'm still bearish pound due to the cut of rates. But yeah, that's the thing. I mean, what we've done with EU is not really moved, really, have we? I mean, we've had a nice move to the sell side, but obviously the main key point is that we haven't actually grabbed sell side liquidity of Asia. For EU, GU has, so GU was the much more efficient one this morning. Again, if you were someone who got into EU this morning, what I'd say to you is just make sure you're looking at actual currency biases, right? So let me go all the way back so I can get my indicator. But for EU, for an example, right, it wasn't the most optimal to come to the downside. We had a nice move to like just decent bit of the Asia range, but the main move wasn't done, right? So there was no efficiency in EU, and obviously we was looking at it this morning purely because of the news coming from the pound. The bearish news was making GU way more efficient to the downside. So if you was someone who got in EU instead of GU sells today, just think a little bit more about currency bias, because GU was definitely more bearish than the EU, especially during Asia session was lovely. This is what I want to point out. This is the best Asia session we've had in a few weeks. This is the best Asia session by far. By absolute far. Edit filters. I'm going to have to add another filter. 2 6, please. Add filter. We want a color key. Green. Is it color key or is it something else? Chroma key, that's what we want. Alright, there we go, boys. Back on. Yeah, I know. I just had to just configure that green screen again. But yeah, that's really what. Who got in EU? Who actually got in EU? I feel like we need to. Because again, it always comes down to picking the right pair, man. Always comes down to picking the right pair, and a lot of people probably just think they're just literally just unlucky when it comes to like this, for example, jumping on jumping on EU instead of GU and not getting stopped out, but price not moving, right? There's a reason why price isn't moving, okay? You probably got in your trade around this area here, and you've literally been in the most fucking painful trade for the past fucking, 2 hours? No, more, 3 hours. If you got in at like 8, then you're looking at like 5 hours. Do you know what I mean? It's just painful. But the only reason why is because the EU's not efficient to the downside. The Euro's not as bearish as it was at the start of this year. On the other hand, the pound was. Let me just get this smooth and so. Similarity. That'll do. Do you know what I mean? So that's why I just say, just be careful, boys. Again, who got in EU? I want to actually know who got in EU, just so I can make it just straight for you, man. But GU was perfect today. And that's exactly what we wanted to see for GU. Lovely price action. And again, that's the best Asia session we've had in fucking ages. Exactly what we wait for, really. So, yeah, couldn't really jump in. Couldn't not jump in for that position today. In terms of New York session, I could definitely start seeing GU come to the upside. I mean, I'm not really looking for GU to move to the upside necessarily. I mean, that's where I want it to come, but obviously in terms of tomorrow's news, I'm looking for mainly bearish GU trades, bias, sorry. So yeah, I would say we are mainly looking for those shorts. So any buys this New York session would just be a buy to sell, because tomorrow we should be looking to come to the downside. I think we've got our what time we got our news? 12. We got our news at 12. So yeah, we will have time in the morning, but in the morning we probably won't move to, or it'll probably price it in the morning, and we'll start coming down tomorrow morning. I mean, that's what I can really look at happening. Why is this display not on? Other than that, I would be looking for G to move to the upside. I feel like we're still going to see DXY move to the. Oh, there we go. Yeah, so we got our news at 12 tomorrow. But really important news today, obviously not just the actual federal bank rate, but the actual FOMC meeting. So we're going to get a little bit of a talk from Powell, which is very important right now in these uncertain situations. And we know the price is quite uncertain, right? Because, well, I mean, the VIX is still up for the day. Well, still sitting high for the day, should I say. So we do have uncertainty in these markets, which is sort of why the DXY is getting pushed to the upside. Obviously, because it's a safe haven, but that's the only thing. The uncertainty is around the dollar, so that's why we're not seeing dollar really thrive, nor see it really massively come down at the moment. But this federal rate, I think, the pools of rates, again, coming back to our divergence of interest rates, right? I'm just going to talk about fundamentals here, because this is something really important to learn for tomorrow. Is the Fed are obviously not cutting rates, right? The Fed are pausing, which means that they're going for higher for longer. We'll just put a H, lowercase f, higher for longer rates, which I mean is quite tough in an economy, but is in terms of what's going on with the BOE and the ECB, who are cutting. You're seeing a divergence there, okay? So you're seeing two central banks here cutting rates, okay? So looking less appealing for foreign investment. And then you've got the Fed going for higher for longer and pausing rates, which is inevitably going to keep the strength of the dollar. So realistically, we are looking at EU-GU sales. So this is why I was talking about EU-GU sales this morning of really nice. A little bit premature because of the news, but again, the bias is on the right side. So, yeah, I feel like we're going to start seeing a bit more of a bullish dollar soon. Come tomorrow, the next day. But for definite next week, we'll be priced in with lower interest rates from the BOE, a pause from the Fed, and then a little bit of a speech from Powell, so we can actually get a little bit more of a sentiment from there as well. But I would say overall, right now, we are in that in-between, right? Because the federal fund rate is continuing to pause. But the BOE are having their first cut. Where was the last time we cut, actually? Let's find out. Let's have a look when the last time that was. When was the last time BOE cut interest rates? DXY had a really nice Asia session as well, something to bear in mind. So to be honest, like EU is sort of very similar to DXY. It's not having the efficient move that GU's having, which could have been the reason why a lot of people wanted to get in EU, to be fair. So the Bank of England last cut its base interest rates February 6th. So we last cut our interest rates 3 months ago. So we've had a few pauses since. Yeah, literally 3 months ago, 90 days ago. So yeah, for 3 months we've seen gone past with keeping high rates. So we are getting a big little a little change in our economy, which will inevitably push the dollar up, because you will see much more foreign investment go to the dollar through that. Can we see EU come down? I don't think we're going to see EU come down. I do feel like we're going to see... I mean, it's difficult, to be fair. I still want to see DXY come into this Friday 50, really. We didn't really come into that. I wanted to see the completion of that and then finishing off the day bearish. Just so we could obviously then, for the news at 7, which bearing in mind is in, 6 hours, I'll say? 5.5 hours. But yeah, in terms of EU and GU, I'm bearish until bearish after this news, really. So after these next 2 days, I'll be mainly bearish for EU GU, bullish DXY, the dollar. But in terms of positions now, what we do tend to see before news does come out is price doing the opposite of what it's going to do tomorrow. Before the news comes out, right? And that is purely because of manipulations. I've been in EU sales since this is exactly what I'm saying. Like, the EU sales were a good idea. The short of the EU was good, but GU was just way more efficient. Way more efficient. The dollar and the euro are battling with each other right now. So if you was in GU, which we was all looking for this morning in the pre-London, at like fucking 7:30, I think, or 8 o'clock this morning, just before 8. And it was moving really nice. But again, the bias of currencies is so important. And we know the pound's more weaker because it's coming up to its first interest rate cut this year. Second this year. First of this quarter. Does Bloomberg stay on during news at this time, or is it just morning thing? No, always, bro. Always. I mean, I've been listening to it the whole time, but I just don't think I'm allowed to listen to it whilst I'm streaming on YouTube. But yeah, I just turn it off just in case. Don't want to get copyright on it now. Or do you just find out those results on Forex Factory? No, always Bloomberg, man. Always Bloomberg. Like, before I jump on stream, I'll be listening to it, and when I jump off, I'll go back to listening to it. Just, I'm not pretty sure YouTube don't allow me to watch it. Well, I mean, I don't know. I mean, I'm pretty sure we've got a lot of copyright bans. I'm not too sure why. We'll just find out news. But yeah, the interest rate decision is looking negative for the pound. So I feel like we're going to get that first bullish move before that down move, really. Let's move to GJ. What's the yen been saying? JPY basket. Okay, we've started to move to the downside again. 4 hours still looking quite bearish as well. Coming to that order block and price is starting to push itself away. Phew, fuck me. Oh, sneezes actually feel so nice, innit? I ain't gonna lie, sneezes feel banging. It's almost the same sensation as nutting. Like, it's very close. It's not quite there, but it's close. Do you know what I mean? We must be able to... Yeah, we must be able to... Yeah, I mean, as well, in terms of yields, bond yields, we've been seeing yields come down, which means bonds prices are coming higher. In other words, bonds are getting bought. So you're seeing safe havens in terms of the GB 10-year bonds being bought up, which does show uncertainty around the pound, which is, again, makes sense, right? Interest rates are coming down, so you will see the yields come down with it. We've taken a pride at high in EG. So this is what I was looking at this morning. We had a horrible move for EG this morning. The bullish move. We were so bullish this morning. It was a joke. Just a strong euro. I mean, EG pretty much told us that we should be selling, right? I know we did obviously take buy side liquidity, but we didn't. It wasn't even really as simple as grabbing buy side liquidity because price was just moving up. There was no liquidity price needed to buy. We just to grab. We just kept grabbing each high. Each high just kept getting grabbing, and then 6 AM's here. We've already grabbed all these previous highs. Any other liquidities here and up here in the prior day. So that's why we saw price continue to that prior day high pretty much for the whole of the whole of the start of the London session really. And then we started to see it come to the downside a little bit more, which is really nice because actually we've only just had that 15-minute trade through, so we could actually be looking at that fair value there. But we've had this 15-minute trade through here, this tiny little fair value gap. Possibly looking for entry points around here, looking for the sells. It would be nice to come above that prior week 50. But the euro is quite strong for the pound, but I just want to see the pound come up a little bit more, take our buy side liquidity as much as we can for that bearish news tomorrow. I want to see, if this gets taken out, that'll be perfect for tomorrow's move. It'd just be lovely to see that accumulation to the upside get swept. Just to make price way more efficient for tomorrow, you know. We'll see how it plays out, though. We'll see how it plays out. Check GJ. GJ is going crazy. GJ is just moving up, and it's really against our back. The thing is about GJ, I mean, it's moving efficient, which is nice. But I mean, it's not really in terms of Asian liquidity. It's not right because we're grabbing buy side and we're continuing to the upside. We're not grabbing sell side and then coming to the upside. You know what I mean? So, in terms of the way we trade, Asian liquidity is not working the best. GJ. The reason why is because you've got two weak currencies: the pound and the yen. Poorly done, I know, are both very weak currencies. Just remember, boys, whenever you're trading, you always want to be trading a weak pair against a strong pair, or a strong pair, versus a weak pair, right? So you want to trade either, for an example, right, Euro USD to GJ, we've got a bullish pound and a bearish yen, right? That makes sense to buy a GJ, right? If we've got a bearish dollar and a bullish pound, we'll be looking to obviously short UG. I mean, it's the other way around, but you know what I'm trying to say. So you want to have a weak and a strong currency you're trading. You don't want to be trading both currencies that are weak. Do you know what I mean? So that's why GJ right now you would stay away because you don't want to be trading two weak currencies. That's why GU this morning was lovely, right? Dollar quite strong, pound weak, makes sense for the short. And that's how it was. That's the reason why it was so efficient, because you're looking for a weak pair getting brutally raped by a fucking another pair, or currency, should I say? Will you be trading E tomorrow because it's the bank holiday for the euro? I'll be trading GU regardless because the pound's weaker than the euro. So I'll just be selling GU regardless or buying EG. So really, I've been buying EG, not really the case, but GU I'm really looking for. Not massively looking at EU trades. GU's got my main focus at the moment. Today was a lovely... I'm not gonna lie, this is quite premature because news hasn't really been priced in yet. We've not really seen it be priced in. Oh. So I really like this. I'm not gonna lie. I really like how GU played today. Should be playing to us nice tomorrow. We'll confirm with the morning price action, but we'll see. What do you use to measure relativity in strength? In terms of what? Strength in just terms of price action? In terms of what, bro? But yeah, let's see if GU, because again, I want to see this buy side liquidity get swept. Let's see how prices. Again, we're respecting our structure really nice here. We're respecting our structure. Yeah, EG, I'd say just shorts of where that Friday high is. Yeah, we've been respecting some really nice areas of liquidity here. Come to this fair value here, internal liquidity that is. And then we saw price continue up again. We saw price continue up again. So right now, in terms of the 5-minute time frame, we should just really be continuing these highs, right? Annoyingly, there's no fair value gap in this area, so we can't confirm, or even really an order block. So we just got to wait for price to really just trade through this high, and then it will confirm to us that price will just continue this move down. Or if we break this low, it means we are coming off this prior week 50 area. So I don't want to keep my eyes peeled here. Yeah, EG. I mean, EG just. I mean, I don't even massively like the idea of sells on EG. But to be quite honest, it just looks perfect with the Friday high. Again, we're using the 15-minute because we've taken daily liquidity. Friday 50 is just where you want to short to. You could do Friday low. I just normally look for the Friday 50. Way more efficient. Stop loss reasonable highs. We'll have it on 5 pips. Always want to have EG a little bit more. Not Asia low, which I'm happy about. It's not massive. Obviously, we've got all this liquidity here as well. But yeah, EG shorts really. EG shorts. Yeah, I mean, again, like we've been saying, uncertainty's coming back. VIX is staying high. Gold's trading back high again. Near enough back at 3.4. We're seeing, I mean, other commodity markets moving in that direction as well. We're seeing bonds be bought up, so we're seeing again more market uncertainty there. The VIX is still staying high, which is again not really the best fucking thing. Let's just see where we're about to go here as well. We're seeing EU still. Not really. There's a high chance I was not respecting that. We're going to come and grab this high now just so we can see if we continue in this 5-minute price action, because realistically we are still within this bearish range here. So I want to confirm what we're going to do. We can't really tell until we actually move out of our range. What else are we looking at, boys? Yeah, Fuhad. What did you mean in terms of relativity, strength of what? Like candles. What do you mean by that, bro? Volume. All right, so it's not too bad. It's not too bad at all.
I think that you.
It's not playing out loud. That's what it's all about, though, you mate. Go on. Come on, tell the highest we can start fucking moving. Yeah, what else are we trading, boys? Other than, because there's not actually much going on, really. I don't. Is EG going to come back up to the 15? We'll have a look if it does. Let's actually just drop this off. I kind of want to drop it down a little bit, just so we make sure we can actually get entered onto this. Do. Yeah, I don't. I think we are just gonna start having that move to the downside now. It's a little pain in the arsehole. But yeah, I am sort of just mainly looking towards EG for New York, because GU and EU are still in that phase again. Like, we just want to see GU break out this range. We're not seeing it move too much. I mean, we've not seen it move too much in the last hour. We've not seen that New York move come in just yet. But yeah, what else are you boys looking at? Is anyone else looking at anything different other than GJ and obviously our usual EU, GU, EG pairs? It was a fucking copyright killer. EG, I'll be looking to enter off that 15 really, to the downside. That 15 that was given to us after we had that trade for that tiny little IFEG. Just that the only real fair value that we've got now. We did come and fill this fair value and start move price on. This is an order block, but we did fill this this fair value here, continue price down. And then other than that, this is our only other 15-minute fair value other than what we had here. So yeah, that's what I was looking for price to come to. But it looks like we're just going to start having that move down now. I think EU traders, this is where you're going to start seeing price come to the downside a little bit more efficiently. It'd be nice to see DXY come and take the high now at some point. But I do want to see GU just continue what we've already had. NAS, let's have a look at NAS. Okay, so yeah, I'm actually really liking this order block here. What we've actually got from price. I mean, what we're looking at here is actually horrible. These times are completely wrong. That should be New York session, a PM session. River Jet come in, so I'd say continue down a little. I mean, we came below that Friday 50, which is nice. Should be nice to see it fill majority, come to the order block. But I mean, we'll let price do what he wants to do. In terms of continuing down, there's a 15 here. Maybe we can drop down to a 5, maybe fair value, and just look to drop that to the downside because I want to see that come to. I mean, the sales aren't optimal because obviously we've already come to the Friday 50. Maybe wait for the next range to be formed. We could break the high. We could come down lower for the order block. If we do come lower for the order block, then we could look for buys after, which is way more optimal than the sells. I'd rather just buy than sell to buy and get in 2 trades because you just open yourself up to more risk, more errors are applicable. Plus, there's no consistency, right? You trade in 2, trade in 1 the continuation, and then another one which is a reversal. So it's just not ideal at all. Are we going to see it come up? That's our main next move, really. We need to see what you ever traded Nasdaq mates or just strictly currencies? Strictly currencies. I use them for my bias with the dollar because they do help with the bias of the dollar. Because when you are looking at, for example, NAS 100, you are looking at the top 100 tech stocks in the US, right? Which are realistically the main movers of the market, really. I mean, NAS is US for Dow Jones is top. But NAS 100, in other words, US 100 tech is the top tech companies, in America. So you're basically looking at a good bias, right? If you've got a strong NAS market, you're probably going to have quite a big dollar because obviously a lot of America's wealth does come from, a lot in terms of company-wise. You are looking at Apple, Google, so Alphabet, Meta, fucking Nvidia, all of these American tech companies, which are booming and have been booming since like COVID, really. It's pushing the currencies up, so that's why the dollar. I like to, again, because I'm looking at a NAS continuing up higher. in sort of the long term, the day-to-day perspective. I'm going to expect, again, DXY to come bullish, especially just not even off the back of the news that I've already said, just secondary to it. So again, this is how I use the Nasdaq. Sorry, I use it in terms of actually looking at where it's going to move, how it's going to react to the currency. You know. So yeah. Do you think EU could take out Asia lows still? It could do if the dollar continues bearish, and we've been seeing in terms of EG that the euro is coming down. Annoyingly, wasn't able to actually get in, but we've been seeing it come down, right? I'll move this to the entry. Go to the open. Yeah, unlucky there, but yeah, realistically, I feel like we could. If the euro continues in the same direction, we want to see the dollar strength come through at some point. No, that will definitely help with EU, because EU's just stuck at the moment. EG's moving. We'll see what EG does to the DTO, because it normally has a nice reaction off the DTO. So yeah, just be patient there. Yeah, it's just not quite coming down to there, is it? There we go. GU finally had that push through. So that's mainly why AG's coming down, is because the pound's actually found that strength, which is perfect. We want to see the strength before we have that news tomorrow. So when we do have that news move, we are looking at a really nice push. But New York's not really given too much so far. Even like from like 12 o'clock, we had quite a big accumulation early on. Followed with this nice little distro here. Again, looking for continuations. Did price come to the Friday 50? Okay, no, yeah, we did. So the continuation up to the Friday high for me is valid. Five minutes been getting respected a lot more. Makes sense as well. Makes sense long in GU and short in EG. Do you know what I'm saying? See how correlations work. Right, we don't just want to be selling GU and then fucking selling EG, for an example. It just doesn't make sense, right? This was unlucky though, man, I'll be honest. This was... How close were we to actually that entry? After we formed that 15... 0.6 plus spreads, probably like 2.5 pips. Oh no, it's like 0.2, isn't it? So... 0.8, I think. Something like that. We must have... I feel like this is where the DTO is going to start affecting the EG though. We can see it's already really having it. But that's what I'm saying. Maybe we wasn't. Oh, you was looking at EG. Asia low TP for EG. Yeah, realistically, yeah. Well, actually, no. Friday 50, I would say, because realistically, remember, we're not trading Asia liquidity here. This is not an Asia liquidity trade. This is a prior day liquidity trade. Or a daily liquidity trade where we took prior day higher. Now we're looking for price to come to what makes sense to the prior day range. So either the prior day low or the prior day 50. I'd say the prior day 50 because, yeah, I mean, the distro we had at the start of the day, if you was looking to sell all the way down to the prior day low, do you know what I mean? Look for a 50 pip move in EG, which is just very, very, very undoable. To be fair, I say that this morning we had a fucking... I mean, even this morning, throughout the bottom of Asia to the top of London, which probably took ages of price action, was only 33 pips. So looking for 50 pip move in a single 24 hour is not going to happen. Especially New York session, right? Let's see if EU's coming back up, which is nice. EU is... Oh no, it wasn't EU was looking at, it was just EG, wasn't it? We are continuing, it's not come down just yet. We really want a bigger stop here, we want past the DTO. Look, we've got a decent TP, so we can... I think 13 pips makes sense. I think 13 pips definitely makes sense. EG also taking private clove with a strong move from EG taking that low. Let's have a look. That detail is going to have some form of reaction now, isn't it? Actually, I don't know. I don't know. You're going to see it come back down here a little bit. And bear in mind, I'm pretty sure we do have CRT there as well somewhere. Is it CRT that we've got here? Oh no, it's just that external, which is the Friday high, so we'll just get rid of that. Come back down, motherfucker. We got coming down nicely here. Let's have a look at the reaction now. EG just wants to continue nice. So we are going to ignore that. Yeah, looks like we are going to ignore that DTO. Just continue down, which is nice. We're seeing the pound strength come through now. Thing is, if EG wants to continue down, I feel like GU is just going to continue up. So we do have, it's a bit of an annoying situation. What time is DTO? DTO is 5 AM UK time. So obviously just translate that to your time zone. But just for example, it's 12 AM. Or is it 12 PM? Is that how it works? But it's midnight New York, right? So 0000 New York time. So just do that to wherever you're from. EG also taken private cloud. Let's have a look at this private cloud that EG's taken. Oh, didn't want to get rid of that. Yeah, really nice. Really nice. EG's perfect to move up. This is what I'm saying. Like, the trades that I'm really going for, I'm not too sure. They could come at the end of this week, like tomorrow, for example, or they could come next week. But is the shorts on GU, okay, and then the longs on EG. I feel like they're positions that are really going to do seriously well in the upcoming few trading days, really. We definitely need to hear the speech from Powell though, because I really want to hear what he has to say about what's going on right now. It is very key. I think like that's probably one of the most important things to be looking out for right now. So I'll be honest. No way. Where would you enter for EG? Oh, sorry, I think that was ages ago. Did I scroll? Okay, I scrolled up. What a dickhead. I wanna be in on tonight. Look, if you sing, you'd just get done for copyright as well. That'd be infuriating. That would actually be a huge mistake, to be fair. Okay. Come down a little bit. Where does it come down to? Okay, no, it's still. Alright, it's come down a little bit. I'm assuming that means EG's had a little bit of a. Yeah, no, it's still moving pretty in the right direction. Let's see if EG will actually get GU actually gets entered though. What's anyone else looking at for New York session? Because a lot of my boys just trade London, so. What are you boys looking at if you trade New York? I feel like we should be looking at USD pairs. Just makes more sense. We'll see where price goes from here. These watches. It's one of those things, man. But that's the thing, Shane. Like, going for the more efficient pair is actually fucking vital, because you could have walked away with like 2-3 R today, depending on obviously how big of a stop loss you normally have. But I mean, GU move wasn't huge, right? Yet it made sense. Yet the profits would still be nice. Was there any particular reason why you placed EU over GU? Is there any main reason? GU's coming down nicely. I didn't look at GU and I wish I did. What are the pairs? Do you trade EU, GU, EG, right? Or not? I hope we do get in it, because I'm jumping off in 25 minutes. I do hope we do get entry. Yeah, I was 1.5 R on EU and CGU split both, so yeah. Yeah. But I mean, these are the things we discuss in pre-London, and we discuss them for these exact reasons, man. Just so we can make sure we're in the most efficient. This is why we jump on the charts early. This is the exact reason. And this is why I was mainly saying about GU over EU today. Just purely, it was going to be way more efficient all day long. Why? Because the currency is a bit more bearish. So that's mainly why. Yeah, EU, GU. Yeah, fair place. So yeah, I mean, that's what I've got. Are you in the pre-Londons, Shane? Are you a student? Are you in our mentoring? Because I'm pretty sure you are, or is it just a different Shane? I know we've got another Shane in there. But that's like one of the most important things for me, innit? Like that exact thing there. Just seeing which pairs are more efficient. Finding that out quickly is key, I think, because it eliminates the thoughts of trading anything else. So for me, it eliminated any thoughts of trading EU, just solely GU. Then I was looking at GU for the next 45 minutes to an hour, just waiting for it to give me that right entry. Which you might think is tiring, boring, but it's not. You're looking at one pair to do one thing. All you got to do is set alerts. I mean, I don't set alerts because at the moment I trade from home, so I'm literally just in my home office, just working, so I don't need to set alerts. But like, just for example, if it's something that feels like you need to, then yeah. ZG coming back up a little now, yeah. Again, just EU just not moving. And the thing is, as well, EG's... The reason why EG's coming down isn't because of the euro being weak. It's because of the pound being strong, right? So you're not necessarily, again, going to see EU continue down because you're not seeing the euro weakness. We're just seeing massive pound strength, which makes sense because we're building up to the pricing of that news. That's why we are seeing the nice up move before the move to the downside. The thing is, Shane, man, I mean, the idea was perfect. Bang on. The shorts were banging. Just that little last bit, that does really help with knowing which pair to actually trade for that day. Now, I'm going to join up as soon. I want my trading system to be only Asia sweeps. But if I trade supply and demand, usually found more consistency sticking with the Asia sweeps. 100%, man. The consistency is so key, Shane. And I'll be honest, once you start joining on with the streams with us and me in the morning, like, again, we're looking for one thing and one thing only. We're looking for Asia liquidity, buy side or sell side. Well, we're looking at Asia session. How did it trade? Was it accumulative? Was it continuative? If that ain't a word, it now is. Was it continuing? If it was continuing, then we're not going to get an Asia liquidity trade, so we don't look at the charts, right? Or if we have an accumulative session, then we're going to see price. If it's a buy side or sell side, then obviously we go from there. And we get prepared for the market as well. You know, we know the fundamental bias of the market, so we know what pairs we really want to trade and in what direction, which I think is a massive key part to it. But yeah, I'll be real, bro. Consistency is key, and that is one thing you will get from us. It's Asia liquidity sweeps. It's always been Asia liquidity sweeps. Always. If you know us and you know that we trade Asia liquidity, always have, always will, it won't change. Consistency is key. I'm not saying that in a way of like, yeah, Asia liquidity is always going to work, because the markets have a few differences, right? They tweak, and that's why we've tweaked the strategy a little bit, but Asia liquidity is still the main body of our strategy, and that's why we've been able to keep consistent for a decent amount of time, even within difficult market conditions like right now. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, even right now we've got not the best market conditions, but we're still moving quite well in our main funded accounts. I tell you, knew GU was the better pair today, and that's what I need to learn, so I'll be joining your group, bro. 100%, Shane. Well, Shane, drop me a message, bro. Are you in a Discord, Shane? If you are, mate, just drop me a message, and yeah, I'll drop you a little discount just to jump in, because I see you on the streams all the time, bro. And yeah, I'll give you a little discount just to get signed on. Just drop me a message, bro. It's not in the right days. Exactly that, bro. Exactly that. It's the right days of knowing, and as well, it's not like we're sitting on the charts for ages and just looking at charts. We wait for invalidations or validations for a trade, so we'll know what we're looking at each point. And if there's nothing there, there's nothing there. Like, for an example, right now we can see something here. If there was nothing happening, I probably would have jumped off the New York stream by now. I've been in there for about an hour and a bit. I probably would have jumped off by now. But we're seeing something, alright? And again, that's because of our fundamental bias alongside what we've already had for the day PA-wise. EU making a move. Where are we moving? Are we moving to the downside still? Okay. Yeah, top man, Shane. Top man, bro. Yeah, it looks like we're starting to move down, which I'm assuming is actually treating EG very nice. If we continue with that strong pound. Come on, you bastard. What do you do to stay productive when you finish trading for the rest of the day? So, to be honest, bro, what I've been doing recently is I've been watching a lot of like old school documentaries for trading, for traders. That's what I've been spending. To be fair, bro, normally I will try and find something to do for us. Hence why I jump on this stream, just to continue to talk about trading, staying in the loop of price action. Because I don't like staying at the loop of the market massively, because it makes me feel like I'm definitely missing out on something I need to know. Not necessarily trades, but more on what I need to know in terms of the market sentiment. And more time, we do need to keep up with these markets. But yeah, what I've been doing recently is watching a lot of documentaries, like old school documentaries on YouTube for like traders. It's actually quite sick, man. I'm not gonna. I've been absolutely loving them. That's what I've been doing in my spare time. Plus, bearing in mind, we still got Rich S, so we still post and stuff like that. We'll have videos in the making and shit. Ideas getting thrown about. But yeah, this is why we jump on streams, just so we can help you boys and keep in the market loop. And just to spend time. Fuck me. Man, it's free time you have as a trader is quite a lot, I'm not going to lie. And you do just want to put yourself to work, really. Are you making a move? It looks like he's making that move, man. What do you do to stay productive? It's a good question, to be fair. It's a really good question. I mean, at the end of the day, man, you don't really have to stay productive. Like, if you are working, you got to bear in mind, you don't have to stay productive, because more time, you want to have a decent balance in life, right? You want to have something that you like doing and something that you have to do, okay? Life will always be like that, alright? It would always be, you need to do, you can enjoy it. Like, I enjoy trading, don't get me wrong, I enjoy this shit, but it's something I need to do, right? I have to. There's no in between. So that's why sometimes what I like to say do, like in terms, I wouldn't say it has to be productivity, just say you want to do, right? If you're not enjoying life, then you're not going to have the best output. Do you know what I'm saying? You're not going to have the best output of, you know what I'm trying to say, boys. Be happy, man. It's hard to be happy when all you're doing is working. Working's fun. Sometimes it's fun, right? You can find your fun parts in your journey. But sometimes, man, you need to chill out. A lot of people do get like gassed out, you know. That's why a lot of people fuck up. Play golf, man. That's for real. Nah, facts though. I mean, the thing is, man, I don't like playing golf like too late. Like, I don't like playing it like 2 p.m, 3 p.m, and then getting home at night. I don't really rate it. I'm that type of dude who'd rather wake up a bit earlier. Do you know what I mean? But I like that answer. Go to the range, that's what I would. But yo, do say you enjoy it, man. Fuck me. Life ain't just got to be about making money. Do you know what I'm saying? The reason why we come into trading, boys, isn't just to make a fuckload of money, right? It's not the reason why we all come into trading. I mean, if you are that person, fair play, right? Fair play. Make a fuckload of money. You're probably not going to enjoy too much of it. But man, we come here for a lot more free time, boys, right? We come here for a lot of free time. Just so we can have more free time to do what the fuck we want to do. Man, a lot of people make all their money and just don't even have enough time to spend it because they spent far too much time. Yeah, morning rounds they're the best. There's no cap there. They are the best. But you know what I'm saying, man? Sometimes you need to slow the fuck down a little bit. Take a breath. Enjoy yourself. Smoke that joint. Do you know what I'm saying? Fuck that bitch. Sells on GJ. The thing is, I was saying about, yeah, sells on GJ really, right now with the pound bias, I'd say it makes sense. No, sorry, not sells GJ. Sorry, not sells. Buys, because we've got a stronger pound at the moment and a weak yen. I wouldn't say really GJ's most optimal. Because you got two currencies that are pretty weak. I feel like GJ could flip any minute. That's one thing I would say. Those on gold. I mean, gold is still be having a little bit of. I mean, I don't really look at price action for gold. We'll look at it. I'm on about. Looks like we can definitely come down a little bit further. The details had a nice reaction. We've got a lot of buy side liquidity. I would say it does look nice to continue down a little bit further though. Well, actually, it looks like he's actually come to some more optimal positions. Friday 50% is a good area for price to get to. Yeah, fair play. What are you looking at for EG, Dean? Yeah, I agree, Michael, man. I agree. Silver's a really nice commodity to trade, man. Really nice metal to trade. I ain't gonna cap. Like, it's actually good. I'd even say better than gold to trade because you're seeing higher yields on it. So silver's actually quite a nuts commodity. Not gonna cap. GU's playing with us. No, not gonna lie, he's massively playing with us. You fucker. Do. I'll be careful. I'm expecting you to come up, G to sell off. No, I'm not looking. I'll be honest. I'm not looking at that too yet. I'm not looking at that yet. I'm probably gonna jump off now, though, boys, because we're not gonna see too much more happen. What the market is gonna wait for now, really, is that 7 PM news. Well, I say 7 PM. The rate isn't the strongest. It's the it's 7:30, right? Yeah, it's the press conference at half an hour after. That's what we're mainly waiting for now. So once we've got that, I don't think EG is going to be the most optimal tomorrow, just purely because of the bank. I mean, it's French bank holiday, so it's probably not going to be the worst drop of volume. But really, what we was looking at with this dude, this was ages ago when price didn't enter us. We was looking for price to enter us here, but we just didn't get into it. It ran without us. Same with GU as well. Really, it looks like it's just gonna start running without us, which is fine. I mean, again, main positions are, I would say, a bit out of time. No, I don't trade New York session, Michael, bro. I'm strictly London. So I don't place these. I don't place these New York trades. EJ, I feel like EJ very similar. You got 2 weak currencies there. EJ's probably not been moving that much during New York. Yeah, it's fucking barely moved. It's barely moved. I would even, EJ's just not going to be an efficient pair to trade at all, to be honest. So I would sort of leave that alone. You still think EG would drop? I mean, we was more looking for this. I mean, this was the move that we was really looking at. And it's already sort of taken off without us. So I'm not looking for price to like re-enter and come back down. This was sort of the move, the bearish move that I was hoping to catch on this live, but price we didn't end up grabbing it. Plus DTO could start having a nice buy up now. So I'd say realistically we're not going to have anything for the rest of this day, especially with that news in what 5 hours. We're probably going to see a accumulation of price for a decent bit of time up until that press conference. AV. Na 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 na. Just take it to Jamaica. See if that continues down now as well. Just getting more people signed up. Boys, get the fucking mentoring, man. Like, for real. For real. Like, seriously. If you actually want to trade way more consistent, right? Trading one strategy, one specific area of time, and just trading the same confluences that has been used years on years now by us and members profitably, jump in the mentoring, man. Don't stop even wasting time. Stop even wasting time. It's like £40 or some shit. I can't even remember the exact price, boys, but it's like 40 fucking quid. Let's actually take time in learning. I know it's great buying funded accounts and possibly passing it, but the thing is, boys, if you don't actually learn how to actually seriously fucking trade with a consistent strategy, you're not gonna pass the challenge and get consecutive payouts. 1, 2, or 3. You're not gonna pass phase 1. Pass phase 2 and then get one payout. That is impossible. Well, it's possible, but it's fucking hard. And trust me, that other payout is not coming. So, boys, just take your time and actually fucking get in the mentoring, or any mentoring for that matter. Just learn the markets heavy. I'd say I always obviously would say ours, because we've got literal proof of profitability through our other clients. Because the thing is, right, at the end of the day, I might be able to trade a strategy, but I might not be able to teach people how to trade that strategy and be profitable with it, right? Alright, looks like GU's just chilling though. Looks like he's not doing too much. Do you think he'll go down to Asia low though without tapping? Yeah, yeah. Like, I don't think he'll. Like, I wouldn't say there's any point in going for a re-entry here, because again, you're asking for a big move. You're not only asking for a huge move here, but you're also asking for a big move, then another big move back up, and then another big move down. So you're looking to be in that. You'll be looking to be waiting for that for fucking ages, innit? So I wouldn't even bother. But again, directional bias all correct, but we just want to see. Yeah, I'll probably jump off soon, boys, because it looks like it isn't going to come back and tap in. Same for GU, but it is moving obviously in that right direction, which is what we wanted to see, which is perfect. Sweet, Michael. I'll see you tomorrow, yeah, bro. Right, boys, I'm going to hop off as well, man. Unlucky we wasn't able to get entered into these positions. This was GU. This was EG. Already got the lovely GU buy from this morning, which was perfect. This we had on pre-London. We also had it on the London stream. It was lovely. It was absolutely perfect. But boys, yeah, make sure you yeah. Nah, yeah, that's it. Just make sure you're not placing anything stupid after this live's over, man. Okay? Nothing silly, no silly positions. Let's keep it G. But you, man, take care. See you boys tomorrow. Another lovely day in the markets. Narrative should be lovely and clean tomorrow. We talk about the power speech and obviously the federal rate as well as the Bank of England cut. New York session tomorrow. Obviously, I'll be back stream at 1 p.m. At that point, we'll have the Fed fund rate, obviously the pools. We'll have the speech by Powell, and then we'll have the BOE rate decision, which should be a 25 basis point cut. Boys, until